New Zealand, home of Flight of the Conchords and really high quality sheep wool. Also indigenous tribes. And now we've got RGB monitor cards. All right, everybody, welcome back to Retro Tech. Now, please, first, if you enjoy any of this content, make sure you're subscribed and that you hit the bell notification so you don't want to miss any of our great retro videos. But today I've got another unboxing. This one came from New Zealand, as I teased in the opener there. First, I want to show you this box because I thought it was interesting that Customs in the United States decided to go through it and make sure it wasn't some kind of contraband or something. I'm not sure why, but whatever. So today I've got the package in here, and I teased about it being some boards. So I've got a couple of new boards here, and this is something super exciting because I'll show you the monitor that I briefly teased on in an earlier video, but these cards go to it. I just want to open them up. Let's take a first look at this one. All right, so this is for JVC monitors. There's a JVC monitor we'll look at in a second here. It does not come with normally a RGB card at all, but it has an option slot in the back of it. It just normally has S-video and composite video support. And the problem was there was an RGB / component video card made for them. However, the cards are extremely rare, like almost as rare as the BKM68X for the A series on that BVM. I mean, there's probably only 300 of them ever made for this thing because it wasn't really something that was used too much. So thankfully, a guy named James in New Zealand has come up with boards designed here. This first one is the RGB and also will do component. This one has directly SCART input. So if you want to do something where you just need a SCART, maybe you're going from like your switcher or just one console. What I would hook this up to is maybe my SCART switch that has a secondary output right into there. That'd be nice. But so we've got this one, and then we've got another board here, which is pretty much the same, only this one has a mono audio plug, and then we've got B and C here for RGB, and then high and other sync, vertical sync. So I will do a full breakdown on this monitor in a future episode because I want to see the full capabilities of this thing. It's really a nice monitor. So here is this card, very nice, seems to be high quality. And then I've got one more item that he sent me, and this is not related to those cards at all. It's something else that he makes on his shop. Now these are all from eBay, and again, we'll look for a full review on these products to come. Today is just pretty much an unboxing, but this one is really promising because it's really affordable and cheap. And here we have it. It is a SCART in and component out little converter. Looks like you got a maybe either for firmware updates or probably power. If you need a power supply in here, we got a little plug for a micro SD card, or not SD, a micro cable. And it looks to be high quality made. So I can't wait to test this out because again, this one I think retails for about $40 shipped in the United States. And if this might be a great solution to anybody who wants to get RGB to, say, a consumer CRT that already has component input and they don't really want to mess with RGB modding it yet. I'm going to test this out with like my JVC D series CRT as well as the Toshiba because both of them are component inputs and don't have RGB natively, and I'd love to see how it looks through this device. So that's another one. I'm real excited to see this stuff, and let's go now and take a quick look at the JVC monitor that these cards are going to be populated in.
Okay, so here's the front of our JVC monitor here, and this one, it's kind of a funny monitor. It does slightly more than the PVMs that are kind of in the same size. It's like JVC was trying to differentiate themselves by making a couple interesting features on this one that's not, again, on some of the other Sony PVMs. This one might be more of a BVM equivalent, closer to that than just a regular PVM. It has 750 TV lines, for example, which is just a little bit more than the 600 TV line. And it also has a couple different resolutions it will take, possibly, but I've never had a card to be able to test it. and it also has a 1-inch larger screen than the Sony 13-inch PVMs. It's actually got a 14-inch true screen, so it's one inch larger than the normal PVM screens. First thing I got to do is this is our slot here. So this slot, I'm going to have to open it up, and this is where the cards should just pretty much slip right into place. So here's our empty slot, and if you look inside, you can see a connection board all the way in the back there, and there's actually a nice little track on the top and bottoms that our card just should sit onto and slide right in there and just fit nicely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to slide that in there and connect it, and today I'm going to just test out the SCART input one because it'll be easier for me to put a SCART source right into this. And now let's go ahead and fire it up and see if we can get this board activated and see what some RGB will look like on it. Again, just really simple to plug a SCART device in there. Today I'm going to be using Super Nintendo, and if I wanted to put audio in there I would do that, but I'm not as concerned about that for the test. Now let's go around and see how it looks. Here we are. I'm going to fire it up. I've got it selected to slot D. We'll fire it up, and there we go. A beautiful RGB screen. So this thing's going to need to do a little bit of calibrations on the monitor now, but I can see it works great. Let's go ahead now and fire up a game and see how it looks. Okay, so as I suspected, the audio seems to be run not only through the two RCA jacks on the card, you can also just plug it directly into that SCART input and not have to worry about anything. It'll just, the audio comes straight out of it from the SCART, because I don't have an audio breakout on this SCART cable. So it looks great, and I want to be honest with you, this is a fantastic thing and fantastic news for anybody who runs into one of these JVC monitors. These are great monitors. They do pack a lot of punch in this little size. I really like the form factor and the look of them, as well as the simplistic design of the buttons. So I'm extremely excited. I've been sitting on this monitor for probably 3 years, and I didn't want to build my own card, and I just wanted some easy option to add this to it, and I can tell you this sounds awesome. So look, I'm going to do a full breakdown on this monitor, on the two cards completely, because again, this is a game changer for this JVC monitor. The cards only cost me $75 shipped to the United States, which is a fantastic deal. You can't get that kind of a, it would cost you a whole lot more to mod this for RGB on your own, most likely, if you include the time and how much materials it's going to take. Well, that's pretty much it for today's episode. Thanks for checking out this unboxing. Look for more content again on this monitor and the two input cards. I'll also be featuring this specifically on its own videos, some tests with this little converter, because for 40 bucks shipped again, this thing looks wonderful. So thanks again to James from New Zealand, and everybody, keep up the great work out there. I'm Steve. Have a wonderful weekend.